where should I put this? All right. Oh, no man, I'm Machisia. So by now we know that I'm not very formal about these things. I'm not about to sit down and like set up a whole situation. I've asked people on my stories on Instagram, man, just ask me a few questions. Tilly. Oh, wait, let me quickly show you my cat. Beep. This is Tilly. I named her after a character from Red Dead Redemption, Miss Tilly, if you didn't know. Okay, let's get into this. Just off the top, things about me. I go by Jojo on Instagram and other platforms. My full name is Joanna. I've grown up with people calling me Jo, Joey, Jojo, and Josie. That one I like quite a bit. Jojo just fit well. By the way, I'm having my Coke right now. It's a Coke Zero, you guys. Okay, no one get excited. I'm a South African, born and bred. Born in Pietermaritzburg, grew up in Gauteng, and then I've been staying in the Eastern Cape, Jeffreys Bay, for longer than 12 years now. I have been up to East London like for a year, but I don't really count that as much just because it was a year. What is something that you're really excited about coming up? I've got a trip with WWE coming up, which was totally out of the blue. They contacted me. That was 2 months back. I've been holding out on everyone with that. I don't know, I feel a bit uncomfortable just pushing it out there in people's face. I don't know, I'm not like that. I get really quite like, I've never been out of the country before, so I'm really excited to go to America. How tall are you? I am 171 centimeters. That is 5'7", yeah. This motorbike, I'd love to be taller. I feel like that would be such a slay. What do you do for a living? Do you study? I create ads for companies. I also teach at Edge, head classes. I also manage social media accounts. That has nothing to do with my online presence. I also take stock footage. That's why you'll see like those lights in the back there, the one I'm using now. Do I study? Halfway through a personal trainer's course. I have studied nutrition in the past. I studied theology. That didn't last long, half a year. I didn't finish school. I left after grade 9, so that also kind of cuts back on what I can do in regards to studies. So I've always had to find a way around it. I've worked off experience. Squeeze me. Top 5 gym playlist songs. Okay, now this is where we're getting into like nitty gritties because I'm a huge music fan. Why do I look like I'm crying? It's this lights. No one think that I'm sad. Okay, I'm very happy right now. Right. Depends on the mood. What I'll do is I'll make my gym playlists public for you guys to peruse. Do I speak Afrikaans? Ja, ek praat Afrikaans. A little bit. I know a little bit of it. I can understand it fairly well, but it's not my native language and I don't resort to it a lot. Very English, you know? Book or movies? Books amplify one's imagination so much more than movies. Only time that I would say movies are superior: Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, top tier, Titanic, those ones. Animation, Disney, Pixar, and then DreamWorks, the original ones, love them. Nostalgia, so it really depends. Would you ever move to America? I'm going to suss that out now when I go. Everything is within the Lord's plan. Are you training for something specific currently? I'm not training for anything specifically. I train because I love it, my doll. What are the biggest changes you have noticed in your life since you've started training? Hypertrophy specifically. You become accustomed to failing. When you do succeed with something, then it's like, well, now it's time to go heavier so we can fail again. You acclimatize yourself to discomfort and continually growing. It's just that ideology that it instills, you keep pushing. What got you motivated to get into lifting? I don't know how deep I should get with this. How deep should I get with this? I've got diaries, yearly diaries that I've literally read through. I know my history and my headspace. I disliked what I was. I felt ashamed of what I was. I felt that I wasn't good enough. Internally, I felt very weak and pathetic, you know? Training was the one thing that gave me the key to fight back. I needed that. I needed something physical to teach me. The tools are in my hands to change my future. It was just about finding the right training modality and locking in and then learning through that how to respect my body. Like, I'm coming from a history here of eating disorders. There's different things. So I'm coming from that history as well. There's many different aspects, but that's basically what got me motivated into lifting. What is your favorite flower? A frangipani. I love frangipanis. How often do you shave? Are you talking about the back of my head, or are you talking about other regions? I shave the back of my head once every 3 or 4 weeks. No, I'm not going to answer the other things on that. I started working out almost a year ago and lost a lot of relationships because of it. Are there relationships that are toxic, that are not the best? Because if so, then great, perfect. I myself don't have many relationships, like close relationships with people, just because of how much time I do invest in my future and the gym. Gym has always been my priority. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. If you're someone that needs their people and you're neglecting them, you're gonna have to weigh that up. I'm someone who has lost a fair amount of friendships because of my lifestyle. I wouldn't change anything because I'm happy with the choices I've made. I've got a lot of acquaintances. Is that how you say it? I don't know. No one judge me, okay? No one judge me with that. You'll find new people that have the same interests and that will actually enforce your healthy habits. And that's really important. I follow you from Brazil and find inspiration in you. Hooray! It's great to have you here. I'm always so appreciative of all the people that have found my account from around the world. It's really awesome. I never thought that I'd connect with so many different people from different areas in the world. I really didn't. I thought that I was limited to South Africa. Because I mean, like, I appreciate all of you. Next person, Viking, huzzah! I've actually got Norse blood. It's not the strongest, but there is Norse blood in there. Strongest blood is Scottish. Yeah, thank you for being constant. Is admirable. Also, you are very pretty. Thank you so much. I will never turn a person down for complimenting me and saying something in a respectful manner. I do appreciate it. I will thank you because that's very kind. Simple as that. You should be a cricketer. Now, why do you say that? I mean, you have your reason for saying that, so I'll take your word for it. I'm a boy, but I actually want a physique like you. You are so cool. Thank you. I mean, I can understand, like, my physique isn't like the most voluptuous. I'm not well endowed. So I can understand why I think, like, okay, this physique would actually look pretty sick on a dude. Okay, when are you going to compete again? Any plans on competing? If so, which division? I've competed once before in bikini. Wasn't for me. Bodybuilding, it's not a little quick thing you do. If I do something, I want to do it with all my heart and I want to dedicate flippin' 10 years to that. What you have to put yourself through for this. I don't want to take things that's going to give me muscle and make me leaner. You know, I don't want to do that. And also competing naturally, I mean, you have to have elite genetics. For me, the payoff will not be worth it. I do not have the genetics for it. Do you practice posing a lot? I always look like I'm about to shit my pants. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, why hold back, eh? I would say that I practice posing a fair amount. I've only recently got into adding rhythm and artistic flair to it. I was a bit like hesitant because I just thought like, oh man, this is different. Find music that you can feel in your freaking soul. I love artistic expression, whatever it may be, especially with the human body, sculptures and different forms of abstract art. I've always looked at that. I've also looked at people like Madonna. I grew up watching a lot of Madonna. Out of all the freaking things here, my favorite song was Like a Virgin. And that was the first freaking karaoke song I sang when I was like 9. Also people like Grace Jones. Took a lot of that in, create my own expression around it. What I would recommend is watch what people do, go online, go and see the people you want to pose like, angles that they use, copy that, keep on doing it, refine it, and create something of your own through that. Lighting is a huge factor. When I pose in dark light compared to light, like lights, sunlight, the two are so different. In the sunlight, it just looks beautiful and it looks clean. And I like that. When it's a darker look, it's more aggressive. Does that mean I don't pose in dark light? No. I use it for what it's good at. It's great if you want to see muscle striations more. Sunlight will wash you out. You've just got to see what works. No. What inspired the badass undercut? Can we see a 360 view of it? Yes, you can. Let me just get my slipper. Whenever I have my hair up like this, I look like a turnip. This is the undercut. I hope that was clear. Now, I'm someone who shaved their hair off before. I don't have any issues with that. My hair's mine to express myself in the way that I please, but it's a great combination between my femininity and masculinity, because I do have masculine attributes and I'm not afraid to hide them, and I won't hide them to make other people feel more comfortable. At the same time, I'm also feminine and I won't hide that either. Both are a strength to me. That's what it's there for. It's a metaphor for myself. What inspired you to become a total artist of posing? Thank you. I don't think I am, but thank you. I appreciate that. Music and wanting to express myself through movement. I'm not a dancer, I'm not a singer, but I absolutely love music. It all started with Caribbean Blue, and I remember listening to this and just thinking, oh my, this would be so good with certain movement. I had a thing in my head, the first posing video I ever made with me adding movement in a more expressive manner came with the mindset of, I want to create a piece of art that my younger self would be so proud of, that she would look up to, and what we've created together. It's a great combination of my journey with fitness and my journey with my body, especially as a woman. Such an outward display of femininity in posing and it being beautiful. I hadn't seen a lot of that. I'd seen a lot of and heavy poses. I wanted something that could create a full picture, something to be like, wow, at, because I mean, if you can create it, why not? It's an artistic piece of relevance for myself. I was possessed by the posing demon. How long did it take you to get this physique? It's taken 5 years, 3 years of intentionally going heavier with more knowledge, but in the first years it was a bit like hit and a miss. Locking in with nutrition also 4 years. Easiest favorite protein snack, biltong, South African cuisine. It's delicious. It's dried meat, so it's basically like jerky. How much creatine do you take a day? 10 grams. I find that it works really well, especially with my ADHD. I've seen benefits from it. When I take less, I can feel the difference. Do you have any tips for getting enough calories / protein in when you have a busy schedule, preparing beforehand? My meals are prepped. I do have ready-made meals with Lean Living, but if I didn't, I would prep as I did before. Always making sure you have at least 3 meals in advance. Snack, it needs to be a snack that is easy to take with you. How many calories do you eat? So at the moment, I'm eating 3,200 because it's my bulk. When I'm at maintenance, it's around, well, last season it was 2.5. Do you cook your food? Any practical plans? Yes, I do. Needs to be quick and easy. Needs to be something that you can do in 15 minutes. I'm a person that doesn't need this exotic dish, so I just slam everything in the flippin' air fryer or the pan, and I put water in there, and I put like some chicken stock or whatever, and I just let it cook. And then my rice I put on at the same time, all my noodles, and then it's just done. Do you eat vegetables? Yes, I do. I believe that they are very important. Micronutrients, you guys, micronutrients, and you get that in there, and fiber. How do you improve your lateral flare? I will show you. Are you talking posing wise? I hope you are. I'm sure that there's other ways of doing this. What I did was I practiced turning out like that. There. Literally just turning my arms out, and that helped with the flare. Yeah. That's basically all I did. Literally turn out, tuck in. So this is not going anywhere now. I can like literally stay like this. Yeah. That's how I learned, because my lats were not latting. How much can you bench? I don't do normal flat bench. My joints are bad. My left arm comes out. So fortunately I don't know anymore. What was it, past one that I did? 50 kgs or 60 kgs, I don't know. Have you ever incorporated the exercise principles of Arthur Jones or Mike Mensa? Yes, I have involved Mike Mensa's. Arthur Jones, I'm not too sure about who that is or whatever. I'm sorry, like naivete. I need to go and do my research, so thank you for pointing that out, my ignorance. What is your favorite workout split so far? Does push-pull legs on a Monday. We're doing legs. It is posterior bias, so that's glutes and hamstrings. Tuesday, we're doing a push. Wednesday, it's a pull. Thursday, we rest. Friday, it's legs again, anterior, quads and bums. Then on a Saturday, we're doing either a push or a pull, or we're doing a combination. Lately, I've been doing a combination. What do you think is better, walking or HIIT. I would say a combo, but you don't want to exhaust your system. You don't want to abuse your system into a place where it goes into survival mode and then you crash out. So you don't want to get into a yo-yo state like that. You need to do something that's long-term, sufficient, and something you can maintain. When I take creatine, my legs get stiff for a few days after. Is this normal? I have no idea. I'll have to research that. You come with me. We do this together, my friend. We do this together. AI says yes, mild stiffness or a heavy, tight feeling in your legs is a normal response to creatine. This happens because creatine draws water into your muscles, intracellular hydration. In areas like the lower legs where space is tight, this can cause mild pressure and tightness. There we go. Didn't come from my brain, but it came from AI's brain. Okay, favorite leg exercises. I love the hack. I love Bulgarians. I love hip thrusts. It really depends. I like all of them. The one that I dislike the most is kickbacks. I feel like that's just really a deceptive exercise because I've not seen the booty gains that everyone has promised I'd see. Funny thing with training so heavy with my legs, you'd think, oh, okay, no, girl's gonna walk out with this massive bundus. I have shrunk. I used to have glutes. They had their own flippin' gravitational pull. The shape has completely changed because of my training style. But I like my shape. Can you post some workouts you have in your routine? I will, and I am definitely going to. I have posted quite a bit of posing videos. Girl only recently popped off, and girl has no idea how to navigate this environment, so she's just been a bit scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I have not been like, now is my time, like I'm finally in the sun. I've been like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I used to post a lot of different things. Just recently with how things have gone, I've been a bit scared. It all happened a bit quickly and I'm a bit traumatized. But yeah, I do hear people's requests and I take them very seriously. Have you ever had injuries? Yes, I have. Nothing like too bad. I haven't had anything break or snap or, tear, but there are a few things. I do have hypermobility, so I have to be very careful with heavy weight. My ankle, because of my hypermobility, I stepped funny, completely knocked it out. It's getting better. I've gotten back into my calf exercises now. It just takes intentional recovery. How do you defeat being skinny, fat, and always achy and tired at 37? No one can deny certain principles. You need to be physically active. You need to pick up a heavy weight. You need to eat food that is going to reinforce and promote recovery. And you need to get in enough sleep. And then hydration. Take your creatine. How do you get confident enough to film in the gym? Rearrange my mic here. When I started, I was not confident. My friends, I got them involved. I asked them to help out with angles just to make it less awkward. If you want to film in the gym, you've just got to put that tripod down and accept the feelings that come with it because you're going to feel a bit uncomfortable. You are putting yourself out there. People will look at you. Start in a place that's more quiet and expand from there. I started in the freaking office because I was still a fitness manager then. I started recording some of my warm-ups with a band. From there, then I went on to training. Then I got a mic. And then it was even more cringe. Now I talk in front of the camera and it's very different. Overexposure, the more you expose yourself to content and recording, the easier it becomes. I'll always make sure in the gym that my tripod is not the priority. Gym members are the priority. If you can get someone out of the frame, you get them out of the frame. You respect people around you. How would you recommend a 25-year-old guy to start his gym journey with discipline? You need to be intentional with things and you need to allow yourself to make mistakes here and there, but don't allow yourself to fall off and give up. Discipline really comes down to an internal sense of resolve and sacrifice and desire for what you want. It slowly overrides little voices here and there. It slowly overrides weakness. It's something that you need to actually practice. I'm feeling puffed today. I don't want to go to the gym. No, but I must go to the gym because it's a healthy choice. That's what builds the discipline. It's something that's built and that's applied. Best tips and tricks to get back on track. It says I'm just stuck. If it is regarding fitness and getting back into the gym, I would say set a date for yourself. This is when I'm going back to the gym. There's no questions here. There's no little, I don't feel like it today, I don't want to do this. There's none of that. You set a date and you go back to the gym on that date. Don't come into the gym with a mindset of I'm going to conquer the world. Take things slowly. Things don't have to be rushed. Progress takes time. Results, good ones, take time. Now, do you ever experience body dysmorphia? If so, how do you deal with it? I feel like body dysmorphia is something everyone is susceptible to getting. There's always something that's being put out there that is deemed superior, and people are always comparing themselves to that, whether we want to or not. Sometimes when I look in the mirror, I do not always see a clear image. I can be very critical, but I try to step back from myself in that moment. I know that some people have an extreme degree of body dysmorphia. I have had that. You got to be real with yourself. Not a lot of people know how to apply grace when it comes to their body, and seeing it in a light of, instead of hatred, you look at yourself with compassion and love. You apply that. That doesn't mean that you now let go of everything. That's not loving your body. Loving your body is not letting go. Body dysmorphia is a giant that you allow to grow to a large degree by your thoughts and what you feed yourself. That's why with me, I step back from myself. No, that's it for now. All right, okay. So this was a very long video. I'm gonna have to probably edit all of this. It's gonna take years. Thank you to everyone who's asked questions. I hope that I could answer some of your things aptly. I do have a passion for fitness, and I love the environment. It's definitely given me a lot of hope in my life, and it's given me purpose. So I want to do my best to try and get people in that direction as well. If you got this far in the video, thank you. Stoked that I've somehow kept your attention for so long. Okay, well, I'm gonna go and train now. Cheers and goodbye.